7 weeks ago, the excitement of the new season blessed the Fisher, Texas Sundown as the Canyon Lake Hawks set sail on the 2018 campaign with a 22-0 opening night win against Marble Falls. The Hawks would flex their muscle in District 14 4A play and roll off wins against the likes of Wimberley, Taylor, and Burnett. On October 26th, the Hawks would suffer their first loss of the season to Fredericksburg and fall last week to Lampasas. Tonight, we bring into port the Good Ship Hawks, who are preparing for the second season of high school football. They look to step beyond 2017's playoff appearance as they take on the team atop the district standings, winners of 6 straight, the Liberty Hill Panthers. It is the Panthers and the Hawks. 2018-14 4A high school football coming your way next right here on the Hawks Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Where Zaxby's is from, everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And now you'll like it even more because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
We welcome you to a chilly Friday night in Liberty Hill, Texas, here on the campus of Liberty Hill High School. It's Canyon Lake Hawk football, the final game of the 2018 campaign, as they try to try to get a win this evening against the Liberty Hill Panthers. Along with my broadcast partner, Travis Steele, my name is Roland J. Reese. We thank you so much for joining us. Travis, you had an interesting scenario as we were talking before the game of how the playoffs could, come about or kind of flesh themselves out here this evening.
Yeah, so Canyon Lake needs a win today. That much is clear. If they get a win, they're in. After that, it gets a little bit more complicated. If they lose, Fredericksburg loses against Lampasas today, and Taylor beats Burnett today. And there's a 3-way tie for 3rd and 4th place, and then a lot of tiebreakers come into play at that point. And it's unclear as of now what would happen. If Canyon Lake wins today, then they are either in 3rd or 4th place in the district. They're looking at Fredericksburg to see what happens there. Fredericksburg wins, then they move to 4th. If Fredericksburg loses, then they move to 3rd. So there's a lot still up in the air. Canyon Lake can go anywhere, 3rd and 5th, depending on the outcomes of today.
Well, we certainly will keep our eyes open games this evening as the colors now being run onto the field. And here come the Canyon Lake Hawks. They're in their green helmets, of course, white traveling jerseys this evening with the green numerals. Liberty Hill will be in their home purple with white numerals and the purple football helmet this evening, as you will be seeing on your screen momentarily. And here they come onto the field through their tunnel. You know, Travis, I was thinking, just kind of going over this and looking at numbers of this, passing game almost seems non-existent for both of these teams. They're getting it done on the ground.
Yeah, for both these teams, a pass play is almost a trick play. Both of them like to run the ball, and everybody knows it. Canyon Lake is good at stopping the run, as is Liberty Hill. It should be a pounded-out game on paper, except both these teams are very high-scoring with their running attack. So the pounded out is sometimes a little bit more lightning than thunder, and the old adage on that. I was going to mention, I forgot to mention this earlier, if Canyon Lake loses today and Taylor wins and Fredericksburg wins, then Canyon Lake is in at fourth because of the tiebreaker with Taylor.
Right, the head-to-head there with Taylor.
Exactly. So the only way that Canyon Lake can miss the playoffs is with a loss and then 2 wins, a loss, a Fredericksburg loss, and a Taylor win. So a lot has to happen for miss playoffs, but it can definitely happen.
Absolutely. It's why we play the game, and especially why we like the last week of the season. Not necessarily the last week for Liberty Hill, as they'll have one more game after this, but Canyon Lake will close out the regular season this evening. We'll be back with more Hawk pregame in just a moment here on the Hawks Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Back with you now from Liberty Hill, Texas, just moments from kickoff. And Travis Steele, as we were mentioning, 2 huge, big, high-powered running games in Liberty Hill and in Canyon Lake. We're going to see this evening. We were looking at the rankings district-wise, I guess, of some of the running backs and where they stand numbers-wise. And it's interesting to note that of the top 4 running backs in the district, 2 of them are from Liberty Hill, 2 of them are from Canyon Lake.
And 7 of the top 8. The only one that comes in is Hobbs Price out of Fredericksburg. Otherwise, we've got Liberty Hill, Canyon Lake, Liberty Hill, Liberty Hill, Liberty Hill, Liberty Hill. Lot of people that can run the ball in this football game. A lot of athletes on both sides of the ball for each team. It's strength against strength, and Liberty Hill has been able to put up a lot of points with their strength.
Going to have to lead on the defensive prowess of senior Grayson Lee and also senior Jacob Neal of the Canyon Lake Hawks to try to, and I know it's one of those old sayings, you can't stop them, you can only hope to contain them, and certainly hope to try and contain the likes of running backs Kyle Harrison and also Shane Gonzalez, who ranked number 1 and number 4 in the district. And as you were mentioning, the rest of the top 10 chock full of Liberty Hill runners.
Yeah, and Canyon Lake their defense has played very well this year. They've given up less than 20 points in 6 of their games, but Liberty Hill has scored over 50 in 6 of theirs. So, including an 89-34 beatdown of Pflugerville Conley, and 89 points in a high school football game in Texas is very, very rare. It's really rare in any kind of football game, especially against a team like Pflugerville Conley. They're having a down year this year, but they've still got the athletes to play with a football team like Liberty Hill, and Liberty Hill just beat the pants off them.
Absolutely. You're mentioning that game for Liberty Hill a little bit earlier this season. It was the Pflugerville Conley game, an unusual 89-34 win for the Liberty Hill Panthers, and that was all the way back on week 4 for them.
But it's not an anomaly. Last week they beat Taylor 77-12. So they're not only able to put up points early in the season, they did it last week, scoring 11 touchdowns.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, their offense, if you can imagine this, is averaging almost 500 yards per game, up around 496. That's per game. That's wow, incredible. As a matter of fact, they've had games of 600 and 700 yards already this season.
Yeah, they're putting up Texas Tech numbers except on the ground. It's pretty amazing to see on paper, and I'm kind of excited to see it live. Hopefully, though, it's much stymied by this Canyon Lake defense.
Absolutely, and one thing I've learned from doing this for so many years, numbers are numbers. You can see the trend. You can explain why this has happened, why that has happened, but the game is played out there on that field in that 100-yard turf, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and Canyon Lake's offense sometimes does a better job of slowing down the other team's offense and their defense. They're able to really take that, as people say, take the air out of the ball. They get a couple first downs. They can take up an entire quarter by holding on to the ball, 3-4 yards per carry over and over again. So see if that happens.
Liberty Hill is going to kick off this evening to start the game, and a pair of brothers who handled the kicking duties for the Panthers, Matthew Shipley and Mason Shipley. We'll be seeing them this evening. As a matter of fact, Matthew's getting set to put his toe into the football right now and get this final game of the 2018 season for the Canyon Lake Hawks started. This one bounces into the end zone. They will kneel it, and the Hawks will have the football. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage will be their own 25-yard line.
And now we get to see one of the most unique.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
So 2 plays and a touchdown there for Liberty Hill. As they're on the board with 8:21 left to go in the first quarter. The extra point is up and it's good. As we mentioned, 8:21 left to go in the first quarter. It only took them 2 plays. Liberty Hill is on the scoreboard. Our score, Liberty Hill 7, Canyon Lake nothing. We'll be back with more Hawks football in just a moment right here on the Hawks Network.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Back with you at Liberty Hill, and following a Panther interception of a McMullen pass, 2 plays, and the young man we talked about at the beginning of the game, Kyle Harrison, who leads the district. If you can imagine 1,500 yards rushing the football thus far this season. Took him 2 carries to get into the end zone. The extra point good. And Liberty Hill on top 7-0.
It's hard to imagine when you see the numbers, but it's pretty easy to imagine when you see him run. He is quick and broke through that line, broke 2 tackles, and outran everybody.
Here's a kickoff. This handled at the 5-yard line. Coming across the 20 down to about the 25. Goes the Canyon Lake kick returner. That was Chacon once again. So the Hawks will have the football 1st and 10, and they're going to mark this right about at their 24-yard line.
Canyon Lake needs to get some first downs, get some on their first downs, get some long carries, 3, 4, 5 yards, continue to set up the rest of their offense. If they continue to get behind the sticks, we're going to see, again, what happened earlier, which is long throws, which they're not used to doing.
First down, Canyon Lake, this time to give first man through. And I believe that might have been Allman once again. Yes, it was, as he bangs his way out to about the 25-yard line. 2nd and 9 for Canyon Lake.
Another 2nd and long here. Well, looks like they called a sideline infraction against Canyon Lake on that. Just their first, though, so that's not going to be a penalty at all. But Canyon Lake needs to get probably 4 or 5 yards on this to get their offense where they want to get it.
This time Martelli brings the play in from the sideline. Once again in tight on this 2nd and 9 from the 25. Back pass. This one was intended for number 15, Nick Rivera, by Peyton McMullen. Overthrew his target, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and he got that out a little bit before Rivera was ready for it. This Liberty Hill pass rush got to him pretty quickly, and the receiver never got his head around. I think he thought he had another couple steps before he needed to look back for the ball.
Let's get another play coming in from the sidelines. This is 3rd and 9. Here's McMullen. Handoff around the end goes Tristan Chacon. He'll get out to near the 30-yard line, but he'll be stopped shy of a first down. And that'll bring up a 4th down for the Hawks.
It looked like he had hit, and then all of a sudden Liberty Hill closed in on him. They were fooled for just a split second. It was enough to let him get outside, but they closed quickly and set up this punt.
Wyatt Cheney stands back at about his 39-yard line, awaiting the Canyon Lake punt. And that time, Stephen Sharp, 5'9", 160-pound junior, in on special teams. Kills the ball. It'll be 1st and 10. Once again, Liberty Hill, line of scrimmage will be their 27.
Now we'll see Liberty Hill a little bit further back, and they're so quick to the line. Here we go again.
The snap, the give, banging his way out to about the 30-yard line before he'll be met there and dropped. In on the stop that time, that was JT Green from his defensive end slot for Canyon Lake. Give him a gain of 7, it'll be 2nd and 3. Give this time trying to catch the outside there. I believe carrying that was Wyatt Cheney with carry.
And Liberty Hill is doing a good job. Now let me talk. They're playing really fast brand of this offense, and not letting Canyon Lake get set up. And here we go again.
It's 3rd down. They give straight ahead, and I think this time Liberty Hill will pick up a 1st down as people piling off the bottom of that pile. Once again, Green making the stop.
We're watching Liberty Hill's offense do what Canyon Lake's offense usually does, which is has that short third down to go, get it, and do it again.
1st and 10 from the 38. This time to give around the far side goes Shane Gonzalez, and we've talked about him being one of the leading rushers in the district as well. Shane, 70 carries for already 545 yards and 9 touchdowns on the season. Give him a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Liberty Hill. This time keeping the ball going straight up the middle. They're saying a fumble, and I believe the Hawks are saying they have the football, and they do.
This can be huge for Canyon Lake. Getting the ball on Liberty Hill's side, only down 7. It seemed a little bleak early on, and I know it was only a 7-0 game, but Liberty Hill's moving the ball at will, and this is a huge turn. Can be a huge turnover for Canyon Lake.
Clearly dropped the football, and it was a big recovery for Canyon Lake. 1st and 10 from the Liberty Hill 45-yard line.
Liberty Hill's making their reads.
This time, good containment as Chacon carries for back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Liberty Hill runs this offense, is making their reads and making them well. You're seeing Canyon Lake players run down the sideline, up the middle with nobody near them, but they don't have the ball. And Liberty Hill is finding the ball very quickly, very efficiently, and this is, I think, the 4th straight 1st down rush that went for less than 2 yards.
Into the ball game goes Jacob Neal. He's flanked to the near side on this 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff straight ahead. If I'm not mistaken, getting up off the bottom of that pile, yes it is Trenton Lorette. Or Lorette, correction, 5'11", 172-pound senior running back. And he gets no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for Canyon Lake. It looks like that Liberty Hill defense is holding.
Yeah, Liberty Hill was in the backfield as he was handing the ball off. Peyton McMullen got smacked right as he got rid of the football. They're bringing it today.
Martelli brings the play in from the sidelines. He'll set up on the near side on this 3rd and 10. The handoff, Lorette, nothing doing there, maybe 1 before he'll be met there and dropped. Austin Knox, a 6-foot, 193-pound junior linebacker, in on the stop. They're actually going to say no gain, so that'll bring up a 4th and 10.
Liberty Hill keeps meeting Canyon Lake in the backfield, and it's going to force Canyon Lake to punt from the 45-yard line, looks like.
Once again, Cheney drops back to field the punt. He'll stop at about his own 10-yard line. Lorette, the fake. He passes ahead, and the pass is complete. JT Green making the catch. However, they're going to be stopped well shy of a 1st down. And Liberty Hill will take over 1st and 10.
It was a good fake. Liberty Hill just covered their guys there. They were able to follow the receiver, and they kind of stood in the base defense, even though they were in a punt return formation.
1st and 10, Liberty Hill. Line of scrimmage is their own 40 as they break the huddle quickly and come to the line of scrimmage. Referee says, okay, let's go ahead and get this thing played. As straight ahead goes the running back. That is Harrison trying to bang his way out, and does to the 45-yard line before he's met there. Grayson Lee from his Mike linebacker position making the stop. Going to give him a gain of 3.
Liberty Hill's offensive line is getting a great push. Even whenever Canyon Lake is ready for it, they're still getting to him 3 yards down.
Second down to give. Here's Harrison across midfield and into Hawk territory. Before he's met once again, Grayson Lee with the stop for Canyon Lake. And it'll be a first down for the Panthers.
Canyon Lake's defensive line is getting off the ball quickly, and they're going to make some plays here in a second.
First down. Here's the handoff. Here's penalty markers as Shane Gonzalez was in on the carry. They're going to call this a false start. They're going to back up Liberty Hill just a handful of yards.
And as I said, Canyon Lake's defensive line is getting off the ball quickly. Liberty Hill's offensive line got the ball a little too quickly there.
Attracted those yellow hankies that time, they did.
Yes, they did.
2:33 left to go here in the first quarter. Been a turnover each side. Liberty Hill on their second offensive play from scrimmage took the ball in to pay dirt. This is 1st and 15. Here's the handoff straight up the middle, and that is Shane Gonzalez. As he's wrapped up there and dropped by, once again, Grayson Lee.
Getting these offenses behind the sticks, behind the yards to go is a huge part of this defensive plan, and Canyon Lake's doing a very good job on this series.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 15. Here's the pitch. This to Gonzalez once again across midfield, across the 45, down to around the Canyon Lake 43-yard line before he's met there. In on the stop, number 33, that was Derek Beatrick for Canyon Lake.
This is where Canyon Lake's defense came into this game wanting to have Liberty Hills on 3rd and longs.
3rd and 7, the pitch near side. Once again, Gonzalez trying to find the corner and does. Great open field tackle, though, that time by Grayson Lee. We're talking about Grayson Lee, one of the Hawk leaders on that defensive team.
Made a great tackle, but it looks like Liberty Hill players down hurt.
We'll do that. As a matter of fact, Grayson Lee, we're talking about it. 73 total tackles on the season. 32 of them solo. He's had him a whale of a season. He leads the Canyon Lake Hawks defensively. Jacob Neal not far behind with 65 total tackles on the 2018 campaign.
That's senior Shane Gonzalez that went down there. 545 yards on the season coming into this game, 9 touchdowns. That can be a big loss for this Liberty Hill offense. But they've got 6 other rushers in the top 8, so it might not hurt them as bad as it could hurt some other teams to lose a player like that.
Here's a handoff to another one of those, that being Kyle Harrison. He gets down to near the 30-yard line before he'll be met there and dropped. Coming over to make the stop, that was Hudson Duke from his defensive line position.
When's the last time you saw 1,500 yards rushing heading into the last game of the season?
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But here again, look how many yards they've put together this season. 2nd down. This time clearly fakes. He keeps, unloads. This pass intercepted. The second Liberty Hill turnover of the ball game. He's taking the ball out to about the 25-yard line. And coming up with the pick, that is Jacob Neal, the other young man we talk about as one of the defensive leaders on this Hawks squad.
And he had him deep. Receiver had him by a couple steps, but Jacob Neal was able to step underneath that ball. He threw ball was thrown a little bit on a line, and Jacob Neal was able to take advantage of that mistake from Jacob Searley.
So I tell you what, despite the early blast there by running back Kyle Harrison, Hawks still very much in this with 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Handoff, ball is on the ground. I believe the Canyon Lake recovered. As falling on that was I believe it was Trenton Lorette. Or correction, that was Nick Rivera with the carry.
And the first frost of the season looks to be having a little bit of an impact on these two teams' ability to hold on to the football.
And that's the end of the first quarter. And our score is Liberty Hill 7, Canyon Lake nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action here in just a moment. This is Hawk Football on the Hawk Network.
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor was named after him. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
Back with you now in Liberty Hill, Texas. Along with Travis Steele, my name is Roland J. Reese. We thank you so much for joining us this evening. 12 minutes in the books, second quarter action underway. Canyon Lake just coming off a turnover, big interception by Jacob Neal.
And that was a very quick first quarter, which can happen between these two teams that run the ball.
Because if you keep the ball on the ground, that's kind of what will happen. So it's 2nd and 12. Line of scrimmage is the Canyon Lake 18-yard line as the Hawks break huddle. And very special presentation right now going on the field. And holding up for that a very big, very important dignitary in the Liberty Hill ISD. I believe celebrating his retirement, as the public address announcer is mentioning. We certainly wish him all the best. And it'll be 2nd and 12 once again, as we mentioned. Some big games in the area. We'll try to keep you updated on as the evening goes on.
The two biggest games in our mind are obviously the Taylor Burnett game and the Fredericksburg Lampasas game, and we'll definitely keep everybody updated as we're updated on those games.
And I believe the white hat says let's do this, and let's do it. It's 2nd and 12, 18-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Here's a handoff trying to find the corner near side. Goes Tristan Chacon. He'll bang his way out for a couple, maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll mark this at the 20-yard line. He's coming over to make the stop that time for Liberty Hill from his linebacker position. That is Drake Oberpreller.
Looks like Liberty Hill was a little, oh no, Canyon Lake. A little overambitious after the play there. Got a personal foul penalty.
Penalty is personal foul.
Instead of making this a 3rd and 10, this is going to make it third about or 20-yard lines. Release for the first down. So it will be 2nd and 20. Down marker on the far side of the field indicating.
Yeah, there's not too many plays you have in your playbook for 3rd and 20.
Correction, the down markers just changed. They're saying this is 3rd down and 20, so apparently he lost it down. 3rd and 20, handoff to Rivera once again. Penalty markers down. They're calling this legal procedure against the Canyon Lake Hawks. Keep shooting themselves in the foot on this offensive drive.
And they're moving back. Third and 25 from your own 5. It's not where you want to be, especially they had the momentum a little bit there with that turnover, and it's quickly going away.
From the Hawk 5.
Coming in from the sideline, it'll be 3rd and 25, as you mentioned. The handoff, this is Rivera. He'll be stopped in the backfield, dropped for about a yard loss. He's coming over to put the hit on him, Corey Jellison, from a defensive end position, and that'll bring up a 4th down and punting situation, you would guess, for the Canyon Lake Hogs.
One thing that's interesting about this Liberty Hill defense is they hit everybody, which you can only really do when you run an offense like Canyon Lake does. They're hitting the quarterback, they're hitting each receiver, they're hitting the running back, and they don't really care who has the ball sometimes.
Barrett gets his right foot into this one. It's going to be short. It'll take a Hawk bounce and, be down at the 49-yard line. Is killing the football there for Canyon Lake was Chance Martelli. And Liberty Hill will be back on offense, 1st and 10 from the Hawk 49.
Yeah, and that was an end-over-end punt, and it took a great bounce. Added about 15 yards onto that thing and almost put them all the way back in Liberty Hill territory. They'll be at the 49 going in.
Junior quarterback Jacob Clearly comes to the line of scrimmage with his troops. Here's a handoff to the near side. Carrying the football, that is Shane Gonzalez. Into Canyon Lake territory at about the 40-yard line before he's met there and dropped.
Tackled by number 3, Stephen Sharp. Second down, 1.
Stephen Sharp.
Stephen Sharp, for his defensive back position, 2nd down and 1. This time trying to go straight ahead with that one. The ball carrier, I believe that was Trey Stewart who carried the football.
Nash Robinson.
Or correction, that was Nash Robinson with the carry. He'll pick up the first down, 28 versus number 20. So it'll be 1st and 10 line of scrimmage is a Hawk 38, and we have movement that time. That was clear as a nose on my face. Going to back it up for Liberty Hill.
And I really can't speak to it because we didn't have back when in a normal offense, receivers should never have a false start because they should be looking at the ball. But the receivers for Liberty Hill are close enough that they might be able to hear the snap count. So he might have a little bit of an excuse there, but he left pretty early.
Reed Stemmons checking into the game for Liberty Hill on this 1st and 15. Here's the handoff. This is Shane Gonzalez across the 40, the 35-yard line. Still on his feet. This time he handed off to Harrison, who takes it into the end zone. What a play. The play originally went to Gonzalez, and somehow he got the ball to Kyle Harrison, who took the ball into pay dirt on a 1st and 15.
And Shane Gonzalez just walked off the sideline like that was just another day. He didn't celebrate. He didn't go down there. He just took his helmet off and went and sat on the bench like it was just another day of work.
9:11 left to go here in the first half. And it does seem that the Liberty Hill Panthers on the board once again.
As advertised.
Yes, indeed. The extra point comes off the right foot of Mason Shipley this time. It's good, our score. Liberty Hill 14, the Canyon Lake Hawks nothing. We'll be back with more Hawk football in just a moment right here on the Hawks Network.
This ain't no game.
Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right? You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
Why didn't you do something?
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Congratulations.
Back with you in Liberty Hill, Texas.
Cross-country teams.
We've just seen Harrison, Kyle Harrison, the leading rusher in the district, one of the leading rushers in the area. 1,500 yards on the season thus far. Wow, he took it into the end zone once again. And as you were mentioning, it seemed like just another day at the office for Shane Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Extra point good, and Liberty Hill up on top 14-0.
And now Kyle Harrison area has two touchdowns of 40 yards tonight, so he's well on his way to increasing that total.
Handover in coming to one of the up men for Canyon Lake. As a matter of fact, that's Martelli who will catch that thing and say, no, we'll take it right here. 26-yard line will be the line of scrimmage, and that's where quarterback Peyton McMullen will bring the troops out, 1st and 10.
And Canyon Lake needs to do two things: hold on to the ball and get a gain on this first down. They haven't been able to move the ball on first down, which has been slowing down their entire offense. They can get to 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. They can keep that entire playbook open. Getting moved back and starting at 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10 just shrinks the playbook way further than you want it to be shrunk.
And more miscues, apparently. Either that or did they call a timeout?
Timeout.
That is the case. Timeout Canyon Lake. 9:11 left to go here in the first half. With that one, we'll take this one. We'll be back with more Canyon Lake football right here along the Hawks Network.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Back with you in Liberty Hill as the timeout comes to a close, we mentioned. Here we go on a 1st and 10. McMullen hands out, trying to go straight through the middle. Little or nothing there goes the running back, Caleb Allman. Hadn't been working for him right there in the middle of the line, seemingly.
It really hasn't. Canyon Lake's offensive line usually gets a pretty big push. They've had some injuries to their offensive line. Last game they had 3 or 4 sophomores, or 2 games ago they had 3 or 4 sophomores out on their offensive line at once, and with a originally all senior starting offensive line. So they've suffered some injuries, which hurts an offense like this a lot.
2nd down, McMullen feeling pressure, steps up into the pocket, and he's going to take off across the 30 to 40-yard line. He'll have a Canyon Lake first down before he's run out of bounds at, call it about the 38.
That was a fantastic job by Peyton McMullen. He was able to break a sack that would have been really, really bad for this football team. Get outside and was able to – Martelli was streaking down the sideline, but I'm pretty sure there's an offensive lineman that had already gone downfield, and if he would have thrown that, I'm not sure. That was great. I think it was a very good decision by him on that.
Hawks break huddle, come to the line of scrimmage from the 36. It'll be 1st and 10. Here's McMullen. Ball on the ground. And they're saying that Liberty Hill came up with it at the 30, and that seems to be the indication.
God, they're just in the back. They were in the backfield so quickly again there. And getting to the quarterback before he can even hand the football off.
So the Panthers take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Canyon Lake 30-yard line. Now clearly checks into the huddle. Play from the sidelines. They break huddle quickly on this 1st and 10. Clearly the handoff straight up the middle. As he tries to bounce off the right tackle, goes the running back. That is Kingston Taggart. Gets a couple down to the, call it the 27.
Well, the good news here is Liberty Hill's too close to score a touchdown, if history of today's any indication.
2nd down, handoff coming near side, hole for Gonzalez as he gets down near the 20-yard line before he'll be stopped just shy. Coming over to make the stop, that time Jacob Neal from his pre-safety position.
That was a fantastic tackle by Jacob Neal there. If Neal doesn't make that tackle, he's gone. They had 3 blockers in front of him, and Neal was able to kind of catch him from the side, almost behind to bring him down. Neal's having a great night tonight.
So they're calling this a first down. I believe they're moving the chains. They're saying, yes, he got enough for a first down. That is the case. This time, clearly on the keeper across the 15, out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Running about Grayson Lee. That'll bring up a 2nd down for Liberty Hill.
And they're able to move the ball pretty much at will on this drive. Everybody's getting a little bit of action. We've had 3 different ball carriers each take the ball for over 5 yards on this drive, which is pretty indicative of this entire season for Liberty Hill, as we've mentioned, with six rushers.
Reed Stemmons checks into the ball game for the Panthers on this 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff this time. On the far side, that is Taggart, and they're indicating touchdown. They're saying he got in. That's another rushing touchdown for the Panthers.
No, that one was close. He broke a couple tackles, able to break that one outside. That was good blocking. There's great vision by Taggart on that one. Was able to see where his hole was. Went all the way from left side of the field all the way to scoring touchdown on the right hash.
This time Mason Shipley holds for Matthew Shipley. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. 7:33 left to go before halftime. It's been all Liberty Hill thus far, 21-0 over Canyon Lake. We'll be back with more here in just a moment. This is Canyon Lake football, and this is the Hawks Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Back with you in Liberty Hill. It's not Christian Taggart with a touchdown run. Extra point good. 21-0, 7:33 left to go before halftime. And Travis, you got some scores to pass along. Big district scores, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, one score that just popped up on our screen is Lampasas is beating Fredericksburg 21-0, which is not good for Canyon Lake. We'll keep our eyes on that for you.
Here's a kickoff. This will sail out of bounds, or bounce out of bounds, if you will, at about the 37-yard line. The Liberty Hill, or correction, the Canyon Lake 37, and that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10.
And, that's the risk of hitting these little kind of, not really squib, kind of little pooch kicks, trying to keep away from the returners, is take a wrong bounce, go out of bounds. Liberty Hill is feeling pretty good about their defense. One of the reasons that they're doing this, they're very scared, and for good reason, of the Canyon Lake return men, and think they stand a better chance against the offense than those returners.
The Hawks come to the line, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is about the 42, is trying to go straight up the middle. Getting some positive yards goes Caleb Allman.
And that's what this offense needs to get going. They need to get these 4 yards, get these 5 yards, fall forward, don't fall backwards. Liberty Hill has been able to make a lot of tackles coming downhill. When they have that kind of momentum, it's very hard for Canyon Lake to run the offense they like to run, which is almost always falling forward.
Trey Riley that time to stop for Liberty Hill. Going to give him a pickup of 3. Bring in the play from the sideline. That is Jacob Neal. Also serves as the backup quarterback for Canyon Lake. This time he'll come flanked out to the near side. 2nd and 7. Line of scrimmage is the Canyon Lake 46. They'll send Nick Rivera flank to the far side. Here's the give once again. Allman bouncing off of tackles across the 45, maybe the 47. Give him perhaps a pickup of 1 before that tough Liberty Hill defense gets to him once again. Trey Riley with the stop of the Panthers.
And they had 4 or 5 guys there making that tackle, which is really important against this Canyon Lake offense, because every person that gets the ball on this team can break a tackle, can break 1, 2, fall forward, and Liberty Hill is swarming to the ball and not allowing that to happen.
So 3rd down now for Canyon Lake. The give to Allman straight up the middle. He's going to have the 1st down before he'll be met there and drugged down. Over to make the stop, Corey Jellison. Little help from Drake Oberpreller.
He didn't give it to him. I thought he had it as well.
Short mark there. It did look like he had it from my vantage point, but he'll be stopped just shy. It'll be 4th and 1 What do you do, Coach Steele?
Oh, go for this. Down 21 on the Liberty Hill side of the field, fourth and 1. You need a little bit of momentum going into half. This is an important play.
Martelli checking into the ball game. Here's a play straight up the middle. Nothing doing there. Trying to go with Allman once again, and Liberty Hill held on. See, getting up off the bottom of that pile, that is Allman, and he's getting up gingerly, favoring that left leg. Certainly hope he's okay.
Yeah, Canyon Lake does not need any more injuries on this offense. They've suffered a lot this year, and that would be another heavy blow to this unit.
So with 5:12 left to go before halftime, it's Liberty Hill football once again, 1st and 10. They'll have the football at midfield as they break huddle. This time the give goes to the far side. Carry that time by Kyle Harrison. He'll get a couple on into Canyon Lake territory at about the 48 before he'll be met there and stopped. Hudson Duke with the stop for Canyon Lake.
That was a very good play by the Canyon Lake defense right there.
Second down the give. Here's Gonzalez blasting across the 45 to about the 44-yard line before he'll be met there and stopped. And on the stop that time, Brayton Hodge. Also Trent Lorette in on the stop. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. As the Panthers break huddle quickly. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. Here's penalty markers. There's the 1st down. Before he's met there, Green in on the stop. Little help from Steven Sharp. We'll check the penalty markers, though.
Yeah, that looked like some illegal stuff from the offensive line there.
That'll be holding.
Yeah. You have as much movement as this offense has. It's pretty hard not to do something like that. You have people crossing faces and multiple linemen blocking the same person. It's a pretty common thing to do, and they've done a pretty good job. Both of these teams do a very good job of not holding, of not chopping, not cutting, and but they got caught on that one.
So it backs it up to the Liberty Hill 45-yard line, and instead of that 1st down, it'll be now a 3rd and 15 as the Panthers break huddle. Here's the snap, give straight up the middle. Going to get back to just about the original line of scrimmage. Goes the running back carrying the football that time.
Carries for 7 yards, tackled by number 30,
that was Harrison once again. Green on the stop for Canyon Lake, and that'll bring up a 4th down for Liberty Hill.
We get to see the Liberty Hill punting unit for the first time today.
Welcome
sight.
Trent Lorette stands back at his own 18-yard line, awaiting the punt off of, this will be Mason Shipley. Right foot into this. Takes Liberty Hill bounce inside the 10. It'll be down at about the 7-yard line. That's where Canyon Lake will take over 1st and 10. 3:17 left to go in the first half. Hawks have got to get something on the board to make a statement right now, Travis.
Absolutely. They only have 3 minutes to go 93 yards. It's going to be tough to do. If they can just start moving the ball on this drive, I think that'll do a lot for them going into the locker room at half.
Even that, sure, give them a little bit of momentum just to say, hey, we can move the ball on this defense. This defense that has been pretty doggone stingy thus far this evening. It's Martelli and the quarterback McMullen coming in from the sideline. It's 1st and 10 from the 8. Here's McMullen, the snap, rolling out. Decides to keep it at the 10. He'll have the 1st down across the 20, the 30-yard line, and runs out of bounds at about the 32.
The 2 biggest plays so far for Canyon Lake's offense have been just that. It's been playmaking ability by Peyton McMullen, being able to improvise with what the defense has given him and getting two pretty big gains, and that was a gigantic one, getting out of the hole of their own 10-yard line.
Huge but rare 1st down here this first half for the Canyon Lake Hawks as they move the ball out to the 29-yard line. Here's McMullen the snap. Here's McMullen the give straight ahead. I believe that was Chacon with a carry. We'll certainly check that. Normally Almond in that situation, but that, yes, indeed, was Chacon with the carry. Across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, which is where they'll mark that for a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 now for Canyon Lake with 2:43. Clock continues to run here in the first half.
Another chunk play is needed here for Canyon Lake. They're running the clock a little bit more than I'd like, but as long as they can move the ball.
Martelli out to the near side. Here's a handoff. That time Corey Jellison in the backfield to wrap up the Canyon Lake runner. That time Nick Rivera trying to make something happen. He may get back to the line of scrimmage or actually lose one where they're marking this. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Hawks now.
There's now 2 minutes left for them to go 65 yards. I've seen them break off big runs. They're taking their time. They know that they have to break off a big one here. They're going to probably try and get outside or put the ball back in McMullen's hand. He's been their biggest playmaker tonight.
Martelli brings the play in from the sidelines on this 3rd and 7. McMullen feeling pressure. McMullen will go down. We've called this young man's name quite a bit thus far in the first half. Corey Jellison. What a defensive game he's having for Liberty Hill.
And he just shot through that gap, and he seems to be in the backfield. Well, that time it was a play action, but before he's able to even pretend to hand the ball off.
Craig McMullen tackled for a 7-yard sack by number 45, Corey Jellison.
And it'll bring up a 4th and 14 now for Canyon Lake with a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. And I believe there is a timeout on the field. And if you've got some scores to pass along here from the district or from the area, scores of interest.
Yeah, Lampasas, I'm not getting the Taylor game. Lampasas is now up 28-6 with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Lampasas with a win will guarantee themselves 2nd in district. Pushes Fredericksburg back to, as we said, the 3rd, 4th, or 5th spot with a tiebreaker, a head-to-head tiebreaker over Canyon Lake.
Well, I guess by tonight we'll have things sorted out a little bit more. Here it is as Laurent punts this thing away. This one gets a nice roll inside the 20. At that time, Stephen Sharp will down it at about the 18-yard line, and that's where Liberty Hill will have the football with a minute 18 left to go here in the first half. But we've seen them strike quickly.
We've seen them go further than this. Another big score that I just saw important to the area is New Braunfels is up on Smithson Valley 3-0 at half. That's a big game with very large district implications on that side, playoff implications, and we'll keep our eye on that one.
This has been the most unusual season I can remember in recent history for the Smithson Valley Rangers. I just, wow. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Handoff straight ahead. A lot of room once again. Goes to running back Taggart as he bangs his way across the 35 to around the 37-yard line, and that'll move the chains and give Liberty Hill a first down.
He was dragged down. They're up and moving, though.
Harrison this time with the carry. Across midfield, Harrison off to the races. And onto those 1,500 yards that he's rushed for this season. And with just under a minute left to go here in the first half, another Liberty Hill touchdown.
And we might be seeing that one on TV later. He was able to hurdle a Canyon Lake defender in full sprint and then go another 60 yards towards the end zone. That was a great run by a great running back.
Absolutely. Here's Mason Shipley on to try the extra point. This one blocked and no good. So with just about 53 seconds left to go here in the first half, our score now, Liberty Hill 27, Canyon Lake nothing. We'll be back. More of Canyon Lake football here in just a moment on the Hawks Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
First game starts at 5 p.m.
To be exact, it's 52.9 seconds left to go on the clock. Didn't want to short you for 1/10 of a second. But just that quickly, we've seen Liberty Hill do it thus far this evening. We saw him do it again. What a night Kyle Harrison is having. He's been busting off the big runs, though.
Yeah, that's his third touchdown for over 40 yards today.
Just amazing. Kickoff handled by one of the up men, that being Martelli. Says we'll take it right here at about the 32-yard line. And for the final under 1 minute here of the first half, Canyon Lake has the football once again.
And now what do you do if you're Canyon Lake here? There's 50 seconds left, and you know the Liberty Hills offense can strike fast. There's two schools of thought, which is go for a touchdown or go into half. Let's see what they do.
First and 10 line of scrimmage is their own 34-yard line. The give that time to Chacon. Bust out to near the 40-yard line. Give him a pickup, call it about 3, I believe. Or 4, depending on when they mark it. Yeah, it'll be 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Line of scrimmage is the Canyon Lake 38 as the clock continues to run now. Under a minute left to go here in the first half. They break huddle. Here's McMullen taking the snap. Here's the handoff. Nice run trying to cut it back up to the middle goes Ethan Slater. 5'7", 150-pound junior halfback. As Coach Drum going to the bench trying to get something going. 5, 4, 3, 2. They're just going to let this run out, and that's the first half. Our score, Liberty Hill 27, Canyon Lake nothing. We'll be back. Take a listen to the Canyon Lake Marching Band here in just a moment. This is Canyon Lake football, and this is the Hawks Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system. And
Back with you now at Liberty Hill, beautiful Liberty Hill, Texas. Score not so beautiful, though, if you're a Hawks fan. 27-0 Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake right now. As we step aside for halftime and enjoy the sounds of the mighty, mighty Canyon Lake Marching Band.
The Emerald Dancers are led onto the field by Social Officer Aspen Hugo, Social Officer Cameron Patterson, Social Officer Kaylee Chavez. And Social Officer President, Maggie Listurgeon. Lieutenant, Kirsten Florence. Lieutenant, Lily Listurgeon. Lieutenant, Audrey Montgomery. Co-Captain, Laura Wood. And Captain, Ryan White. The Emerald Dancer of the Week is Carly Long. Tonight they will be performing a stylistic jazz routine to a couple days off.
And now, please welcome to the field your 2018 Mighty Hawk Marching Band. Tonight we welcome you to listen to some great classic rock hits. So sit back and enjoy, as they will be starting their show this evening with that great 80s hit, Land of a Thousand Dances. And now a hit from the 60s, My Girl by the Temptations. And one last great 60s hit, Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. Thank you all for listening tonight. Go Hawks, let's stand for our fight song.
Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The fine sounds of the mighty Canyon Lake High School Marching Band. Marching Hawk Band out there. Enjoyed your halftime performances we've done all season long, and we thank you for all the fine work you put in all season long. We're going to be right back with more Hawk halftime coming up here in just a moment. 27-0 our score, Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake. And we'll be back with more here in just a bit. This is Canyon Lake football, and this is the Hawk Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security. Always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Barnwood Builders reclaim and restore 18th and 19th century log homes. We do things the old way, and everything we do it with pride.
All new Barnwood Builders, Sunday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY GVTC Channel 126.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Oh! Look at that! It's starting to feel like a mega pick. I'm loving this place already. You're digging, you're going through the layers. This is American history, and it's for sale. I'll take it.
Watch History Channel, GVTC Channel 557.
This ain't no game.
Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right? You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
Everybody stop and do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Sign up for cut, and it's over!
Back with you now live in Liberty Hill, Texas for this evening's halftime. As in the background, the sounds of the Liberty Hill Marching Panther Band as they're paying a tribute to our veterans on this Veterans Day weekend. And we certainly want to thank you for all of the sacrifice and giving of your life, is sacrificing your life. And in some cases, some gave all for the freedoms that we enjoy here in this country. We thank you very much, and we can never thank you enough for that. We salute you not only this weekend, but every day. 27-0, Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake. And Travis Steele, I know you've been doing some searching there at halftime, and you have a few scores you can pass along to us.
Yeah, we got a lot. We have a couple here. The biggest one that we're paying attention to is Lampasas Fredericksburg. Lampasas is up 35-6 at half. Some of the other scores: Steele 22, East Central 0. Vela 7, Westlaco East 0. Hayes 19, Del Valley 14. Westlake 7, Bowie 0. Alamo Heights 14, Bernie Champion 13. All these games are near half. Churchill 10, Roosevelt 7. Cuero 28, Wimberley 7. Judson 28, Clemens 7. Madison 28, Johnson 21. Canyon 21, San Marcos 7. Lake Travis 42, Anderson 0, and New Braunfels 3, Smithson Valley 0. That Smithson Valley game and the Clemens game are both very important to that district race for playoffs.
Absolutely. Now, the Smithson Valley New Braunfels game, is that being played in New Braunfels or in Spring Branch, Smithson Valley?
That one is being played, I believe, at New Braunfels. Let me check for you there. Yes, it is at New Braunfels.
Just wonderful. Just wondering, is there celebrating Wurstfest, of course, with the football game, and Canyon? Canyon has been an interesting story this season. I've been very honored to be able to call a couple of their games this season, and man, it seems like they've turned things around from last year. I don't believe there'll be any playoff appearances for the Cougars this year, but certainly have turned things around and found a way to win and found a way to be impressive out there on the football field.
Yeah, there's a couple of programs that have been down for a while that are playing looks like it's coming up. The other one is Seguin, who is undefeated in district, which is a surprise, I guess, would be the easiest way to say it, especially the Seguin of past. But there's been a lot of those old schools that have had a couple down years that look like they're coming back, and Canyon's definitely one of those.
Well, breathe new life into them. So, absolutely. We mentioned Seguin, Canyon, and it's just been a very unusual season for a lot of teams. I guess some things you expect, some things you don't. But 2018 will certainly go down as a very memorable year in high school football as we continue to enjoy the strains of the Liberty Hill Marching High School Band. 27-0. Liberty Hill, everything as advertised. As we had mentioned a little bit earlier, a couple of games this season where they put up 600 and 700 yards of total offense in a game. Just to pass along some of those numbers, they're averaging about 400, near 500 yards a game. I'm sure this one no exception, as we've seen the leading rusher in the district, that being Kyle Harrison, rip off 3 touchdowns here in the first half for some long runs, as Travis was mentioning to me off mic a few minutes ago, near 140 yards on touchdown runs alone. That's alone. That doesn't count the other carries that he's had here in the first half. They've been they're everything they have been advertised to be. However, there is still a second half of football to go. 27 points is not insurmountable. Hawks can certainly put up a fight and get back into this one, and we're certainly pulling for that here on the Hawks Network as we get set to start third quarter play. We'll do that here in just a moment. Did you have any? Did you get an update on that by chance? Or?
I did not. I'm trying to get an update of the Burnett Taylor Duck score. They're not on the internet, so you got to listen to the radio. And currently, they're giving props to all their senior marching band people, so I'm not able to get you a score on that one.
Hey, that's okay. You know, it's a beautiful thing, though. Still finding good old high school football on the radio. One of the things I've loved for years. I tell you what, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back and get the third quarter kicked off for you here in just a couple of minutes as we look and we see the teams slowly coming out of their locker rooms. We'll get things kicked off here in just a moment. 27-0, as we mentioned. Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake. We'll be back with third quarter action in a moment. Canyon Lake football here on the Hawks Network.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
We are watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges, the auditions,
Pure magic.
unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK Sundays and Mondays 8/7 Central on Access TV.
All your plants will look even prettier in my best-selling planters. Such a great layering piece for fall. I recommend my Cabernet. It's delightful with chocolate. I like to group a few of my flameless candles together. To make your life more beautiful, shop my collection on QVC.com and get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 5FOR-YOU. Find what you love what you find.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones that lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am gonna get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor was named after him. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
Back with you, Liberty Hill, as we're just moments away from getting things kicked off in third quarter action. Get the second half started along with Travis Steele. My name is Roland J. Reese. Thank you so much. On a perfect night for football. I know a lot of chill in the air, a lot of people cold, and your play-by-play guy here going a few rounds with allergies. But hey, it's November after all, for goodness sake. You look around the country and what the media shows us is snow here and snow there. I guess it's meant for this time of year. So absolutely.
Speaking of November, we got one more November score update, which is not good for Canyon Lake, but the Taylor Ducks are up 28-21 at half over Burnett. It's a close game, which is good. Still a lot of time left in that one, but we're scoreboard watching a little bit early here in Canyon Lake.
For Canyon Lake, number 21, Trenton Lorette. Back deep.
Well, Trenton Lorette gets set to kick this off in the second half as Canyon Lake will kick off to Liberty Hill. The Panthers will have the football to start second half action, and we are underway.
Oof.
And a good, solid tackle there to get the second half started. You got to tip your hat to Jacob Neal, one of the leading tacklers on the team.
Yeah, and Nathan DeLeon blew somebody up there too. It's good. I mean, I know it's just one play, but it's good to see from Canyon Lake coming out and hitting people. They're down 4 scores, but they're not going to give up easily. This is a team that won, double-digit games last year, won a lot of games this year. They have a lot of pride there.
On first down, miscue there, ball on the ground, and I believe clearly fell on it, so Liberty Hill will retain possession, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And a false start.
And a false start to boot.
Well, Liberty Hill's coming out a little bit sloppy. That's what you want if you're Canyon Lake.
Certainly, and the trick is, of course, at this point, you got to capitalize on the mistakes.
And if I had to guess, we're about to see a heavy dose of the All-State running back from Liberty Hill.
And here's the handoff, as you were saying. Not sure that was Harrison. Don't believe it was he on the carry, but actually getting up off the bottom of that pile.
Shane Gonzalez.
That is, absolutely. And a pickup to 2nd and 8, so nice pickup that time by Liberty Hill. Line of scrimmage is the 32. Here's the handoff. This time coming near side is the Panther running back. Once again, the carry.
Shane Gonzalez.
Shane Gonzalez, number 44. Had a couple of nice doses of him. One of the leading runners, as we mentioned this evening in the district.
And one of the most unique plays that I've seen watching high school football in the first half that I didn't even see happen.
Oh, yeah. I didn't, absolutely. How Harrison got his hands on that, I don't know. 3rd and 7. Here's clearly trying to go far side. Has a man threw the ball up in desperation, and a reception is made across midfield and into Canyon Lake territory. He was in the grasp there, but coming away with a rare pass and catch play. As coming up with that was Kyle Harrison.
And honestly, that was an ill-advised throw. Up by 27. Anything could have happened there, but they got the first down.
When the ball's bouncing your way, man, you can't go wrong. Gonzalez with the carry down to near the 40-yard line before he'll be met there.
He's gotten 3 carries already in this second half.
Eric Tesh with a stop that time for Canyon Lake.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a little bit more from Kyle Harrison early, but they're feeding Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's it. They're saying the ball's on the ground, but the referee hasn't made any indication. As you were mentioning, Gonzalez once again with the carry.
Exchange was recovered by number 28, Nash Robinson.
Saying that Nash Robinson, the running back, he's had quite a season himself. Fell on the football to retain possession for Liberty Hill.
Everybody that has a rushing attempt on this offense has had a great season.
Oh, man, you're not kidding. 3rd and 6 Here's the give. Gonzalez this time coming near side. Nice tackle right around the shoestrings. Is getting up off the bottom of that pile that time. Once again, Eric Tesh for Canyon Lake. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Does it appear that the Panthers will roll the dice? 4th and 3. Here's a give this time. They try the other side, and that Hawk defense shuts them down. They'll take over on downs. It's coming over to make the stop that time. From a strong safety position, Trent Lorette.
And he was the only person that could make that play. If he's not there, that's another 40-plus yard touchdown for Harrison. It was a fantastic open field tackle at a really important time in this football game.
Now, you got to hope this does something for the confidence of that Hawk offense.
They're coming out and hitting people.
And they can make something happen, absolutely. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage is their own 39-yard line. McMullen under center. Here's the handoff, this time far side. Nice run across the 45 to near midfield.
Slater.
Goes the running back, absolutely. That is Slater with the carry.
And we're already seeing the adjustments made at halftime by Canyon Lake. I mentioned it multiple times in the first half. Liberty Hill was in the backfield almost before the ball was handed off a couple times. And on that first play, we see Canyon Lake come out and hit him with a false count, trying to get him to jump, and got him a little bit back on their heels and not letting them jump the snap count as much as they did in the first half. We'll see if that continues.
Gave Slater a pickup of 8 at 2nd and 2 as McMullen under center takes the snap, straight ahead handoff. This is Chacon. He'll have the first down and move the ball into Liberty Hill territory. They should mark this at about the 48.
And that's a good thing to see if you're Canyon Lake. They're getting their first downs running their offense. They getting first downs running the ball at the middle, running with their running backs, not scrambling, not throwing the football. If they can keep this up, get a good drive going here, we have ourselves a football game.
Drake over Priller that time, the stop from his linebacker position for Liberty Hill. Line of scrimmage is the Panther 49 on this 1st and 10. Here's McMullen. Handoff once again. This goes to Slater. They're using it the tailback right now, hoping to get something generated, and he may get one, maybe mark it at the 48. We'll check the spot. No, they spotted back at the 49. The officiating crew says, no, this is where he was stopped. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 49. As coming in with the play from the sideline, that is Chance Martelli.
And Liberty Hill was in the backfield immediately on that last play again.
2nd down, handoff straight ahead this time. There will be some positive yards, as I believe that was Chacon, and there's a penalty marker on the field, as I believe there may be a lot of too much out there. Chacon with a nice couple of yard carry. Austin Knox it on the stop that time for Liberty Hill.
They're pointing at Liberty Hill's team on that. They don't seem pleased.
Well, here's the call. I believe that's an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
On Liberty Hill.
So this is going to mark off some real estate. That is indeed what the call is. They're going to mark this at about the 31. This may be the deepest Canyon Lake has been in Liberty Hill territory all night.
I think it is.
So 1st and 10, Hawks is checking into the game, Ian Royer. Running game continues. This time nothing doing there for Chacon. As he's mad, he'll be dropped for a couple of yard loss.
Tristan Chacon stopped for a 1-yard loss by number 34, Trey Riley.
In on the stop that time, Trey Riley from his defensive line position for Liberty Hill. And it'll be 2nd and 11. They're only going to get him for a yard.
And that's really what's been killing this Canyon Lake offense is their first down has not been what we've seen from Canyon Lake for the last, since they started this school. They've always been able to get 3 or 4 yards on first down, and Liberty Hill's doing a great job not letting that happen.
2nd and 11. give that time. Trying to go to Slater on somewhat of a misdirection as he'll probably get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's just about all. Is over to make the stop Austin Knox from his linebacker position, and that'll bring up a third down. As a matter of fact, they're saying he lost. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to call this a 3rd and 12.
And we've seen this a lot today, a 3rd and long for Canyon Lake. They were stopped both those times behind the line of scrimmage. This is a big play for them. They're going to need to get 5 or 6 here if they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here it is, 3rd and 12. Here's the pitch to Chacon, trying to make something happen there. And yet again, that tough Liberty Hill defense not letting anything happen. It's over to come by and make the stop. I think that was Trey Stewart from his, or his,
number 21, Austin Knox.
Correction, Austin Knox also in on that. Stewart as well for Liberty Hill.
These Liberty Hill linebackers are running downhill, being able to sprint the football and land some big hits on these running backs.
Well, it's 4th and 13, a go-for-it situation for the Hawks. Here's McMullen dropping back, has a man. Across the 30, he'll be pulled down. I believe he hit Chacon, and he's going to be drugged down about the 25-yard line. That's where Liberty Hill will take over 1st and 10.
That was a great play by the Liberty Hill defense. He had one man to beat, and who was that? That was Corey Schmidt on the tackle there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the correction. That was J.T. Green. That was a 30, not a 20 with a reception. Certainly want to give credit where credit is due. J.T. Green checked into the ball game, made that catch. Just come up a little shy there. So it's 1st down, and once again the running game to work for Liberty Hill that's Gonzalez, who bangs out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line before he'll be met there. Alex Harden in on the stop that time. 4, Canyon Lake. Be 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. This time the give going straight ahead. They try to work Gonzalez once again. But that Canyon Lake defense tightens up that time. Is in on the stop. That was Seth Moss from his linebacker position. That'll bring up a 3rd and call it about 3 for Liberty Hill.
And they're feeding Shane Gonzalez a lot in the second half. I think he already has 8 carries.
Here it comes on a 3rd and 3. Penalty markers fly. So by the looks of things, this may go against the offense, and it certainly does.
That's huge for this defense. Moving with a passing offense, moving from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9 doesn't really hurt you that bad. But with an offense like the one that Liberty Hill runs, it really changes what they can bring at you. They're much less likely to run up the middle, much more likely to try and bounce outside and get it deep.
Reed Stemmons checking into the game for Liberty Hill on a 3rd and 8, and clearly you see something he clearly doesn't like. You see what I did there? He calls a timeout. 3:14 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and nobody has scored so far in the second half. The score remains 27-0 Liberty Hill, and we'll see if we've got 10-3 right now. Smithson Valley taking the lead on the New Braunfels Unicorns. That's a big game for the Rangers. I mean, if they still have playoff, I would not say aspirations, but a chance to make it into the playoffs. But they're going to have to get a big win.
Yeah, both those teams. If New Braunfels wins, they might be in. That game is essentially for 4th place in the district. With other scores obviously are important to that. But if New Braunfels wins that game, they'll have the same district record as Smithson Valley with the tiebreaker. So it's a huge game for both of them. And Smithson Valley expecting to win, and if they win, they can move all the way up in 3rd place. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you.
Absolutely. That and other area games with playoff implications, too, on the way. 3rd direction, 3:14 left to go here in the 3rd. It's 3rd and 8 for Liberty Hill. There's movement, but nobody apparently jumped off. Here's the pitch. This is Harrison. Gets out to about the 35, and that's it. It's coming over Lorette, making the stop for Canyon Lake. Smelt that time also from Michael Bone. Micah Bone. Jacob Neal in on the assist that time. It'll be 4th down for Liberty Hill. 4th and 3, a punting situation.
Back to receive for Canyon Lake, number 21, Trenton Lorette.
And this one, spun off the foot of Mason Shipley. Rolled dead at about the 42-yard line, that being the Canyon Lake 42. They actually mark it at the 41. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hawks from that point.
And again, this is good field position for Canyon Lake. They've had good field position this entire half. They had decent field position and points in the first half. They just haven't been able to capitalize on any of it.
So from the 41, 1st and 10 Hawks as they break the line of scrimmage. McMullen once again up under center. He'll take the snap. Hands off this time to
Fumble.
Ethan Slater. Nothing doing there. Ball's on the ground, and Liberty Hill has it. He's coming up with the football. That was Wyatt Cheney from his free safety position. So it'll be 1st and 10, Liberty Hill, and the line of scrimmage, well, that'll be the 34-yard line of the Canyon Lake Hawks.
And after that, I think it's good to look at the other scores from the district. Lampass is up 35-13 on Fredericksburg, and I do not know the Taylor score right now.
1st and 10. The snap, the give. This is Gonzalez across the 30, the 25, and the 20. Before he's met there, Grayson Lee in on the stop along with Trenton Lorette. But that'll move the chains, and that'll give Liberty Hill a 1st down. Line of scrimmage is going to be the 17. Here's a handoff. Straight ahead for the Panthers, banging out to about the 15-yard line. A couple of tough yards that time. He's carrying the football, I believe, was Gonzalez.
I think that was Nash Robinson.
Oh, correction, 28. So they'll give him a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Here's the give once again. This time it's Gonzalez. Banging across the 10 to about the 8-yard line. 4 good tackle right around the ankles. Stephen Sharp with the stop for Canyon Lake.
And on that play, some of the Canyon Lake defenders took out a little bit of their frustration on Kyle Harrison. He made an ill-advised attempt as a wide receiver there to make a block, and he had a rough time of it.
3rd and 2, line of scrimmage is the 9. Here's the handoff this time straight ahead. And we'll see who got the call that time. That might have been. And yes, it was. Once again, Nash Robinson with the carry. Gets the ball to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Liberty Hill.
Yeah, and again, they're moving Kyle Harrison, I guess, a little bit away from the ball carrier role, putting him in the blocking role. And Canyon Lake is kind of teeing up on him a little bit right now. He's had his way in the first half, so I guess Canyon Lake's do theirs here in the second a little bit with Kyle Harrison.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Liberty Hill. Line of scrimmage is the Hawk 5. Under center. Here's the handoff. Not going to make it, well, make it a couple of yards. At least getting forward progress goes the Panther running back. And that time it was Robinson once again with the carry. As I don't know if they're going to be able to get a play off here in time to.
Well, they're quick enough.
Before the end of the 3rd quarter, and then it looks like they're just going to let it run out. And they'll move the football and take it on the other end of the field at that point. That's it. 3rd quarter over. Our score: Liberty Hill 27, Canyon Lake nothing. 4th quarter action on the way. This is Canyon Lake football, and this is the Hawks Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Back with you on the campus of Liberty Hill High School. Travis Steele, yours truly, Roland J. Rees, fourth quarter action. 27-0. It's been all Liberty Hill, and it looks like they're going for more on a 2nd and goal from the Canyon Lake 2-yard line. This time the pitch, and this time they are in. Touchdown Liberty Hill is Kyle Harrison. Gets yet another touchdown on the evening.
That brings his total to 27 touchdowns on the year, based on our count, and well over 200 yards today rushing. He's having himself quite the senior year.
Absolutely. And this that is 4th touchdown of the game, I believe, rushing
Correct.
the football.
First.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's Matthew Shipley on for the extra point. And it's good, 34-0 right now to start the 4th quarter. Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake.
I was just going to say that's Kyle Harrison's 4th touchdown of the day, but it is his first one under 40 yards. So
little victories, I guess.
Little victories.
You've got to take.
And some more scores. Told you to keep you updated. Smith Valley is up 13-3 on New Braunfels in the 4th quarter. Fredericksburg is still Downs Lampasses 35-13, and we're keeping our eyes open for the Taylor Duck score.
So it all comes to this. Final 11:55 of the season, of the regular season, and as Travis was mentioning, as scores come in, as games go final, we'll be able to sort things out and let you know just who will be playoff bound. I believe the playoffs start next week, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the kickoff. This one will go out of the end zone, or well, at least be down to the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for Canyon Lake at their own 25-yard line. Now, I noticed on Max Preps that Liberty Hill has a game scheduled with Bay City for next week. Now, I don't know if that is the first round of playoffs or if that's just a final regular season game that Liberty Hill will be playing. It seems to me like it should be the first round of the playoffs, but I didn't know that was set already.
Well, Liberty Hill was number 1 seed in the district no matter what coming in. And I'm not in there going to be playing the 4 from that district. Looking at the standings over there, Bay City was already locked in as the 4 seed, so that's all that is. So that's the first round of playoffs. They were just both already locked into their positions.
So that's it. Might as well put it out there. That time Chacon the carry gets across the 25 down to the 26-yard line. Canyon Lake 26. It'll be 2nd and 9. Once again, Martelli coming in with a play from the sideline. Comes out to the near side. Here's the handoff as well, coming near side. And getting up off the bottom of that pile, Ethan Slater. As I think he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Is that tough? You know, we're bragging on the running game of Liberty Hill this evening, Travis, and with, you know, as we've seen this evening. But however, you've got to tip your cap to that defense too, because they're playing a great game.
Oh, they're playing an incredible game of football. Canyon Lake is not being able to do anything on the offensive side of the football.
3rd and 9. There's movement. Didn't see any penalty markers. This time they're going to throw McMullen for a loss all the way back inside his 20 at about the 17, 18-yard line. Didn't see any penalty markers. Did you see any fly, Travis?
No, it looked like a bad snap, or not necessarily a bad snap, but a bad transition from the center to the quarterback, and never really got a hold on the ball, and they just grabbed him and just pushed him.
And there you go, just
number 45.
That time Jellison once again, what a game that young man has had. And it's 4th and 11. Slater in the backfield. Or actually, he'll get a quick kickoff. And they're saying Canyon Lake called a timeout. Is that the case? That is the case. Canyon Lake got a timeout in just in time, right prior to Slater's punt. So 9:51 left to go here in the ball game. It's been all Liberty Hill all night, 34-0 on top of the Canyon Lake Hawks. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Canyon Lake football right here on the Hawks Network.
At Frost, we have the top-rated app in the banking category. Yet it's the half star that's missing that has our attention. So we're always pushing, tweaking, and updating. Because even a little half star will keep us up at night.
Sealy is currently 9-0. They've only given up more than 17 points one time this season.
That's wow. That is going to be tough, and we'll get back to that conversation in just a moment. As it is 4th and 11, and once again it looks like Ethan Slater back in punt formation. High snap, or correction, that is Lorette in now. I guess they finally got the punter in they wanted to get in. He gets this off, and once again, Liberty Hill's going to have good field position as they'll have the football in Canyon Lake into the field at about the 40, I call it the 44-yard line. Now, you were mentioning playing Sealy. You were saying the 4th place team in this particular division is going to be able to take, or will, I guess, draw that card.
Yeah, it's kind of a consolation prize, I guess, of making the playoffs and getting to play the first place team from that district, which is Sealy.
Here's a give coming near side. On his feet and carrying the ball out across the 20-yard line.
It's Trey Seward.
I believe that was Seward. Yes, correct. Number 20. First time we've seen him in the ball game, carrying the football. Seward listed as a receiver, may have been more of an end-around type of deal. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage is the 20.
Touchdown.
Once again, carrying the football and another touchdown. That time, Christian Taggart gets his 2nd of the evening. 9:31 left to go in the ball game, and our score is now 40-0 Liberty Hill.
And he was untouched on his way to the end zone there. Good blocking on that play by the offensive line. They were able to catch Canyon Lake out of position a little bit.
Mason Shipley out of the hold of Matthew Shipley. And the extra point is no good. So 9:31 left to go in the ball game this evening. It's been all Liberty Hill, 40-0 at this point over the Canyon Lake Hawks. We'll be back with more in a moment. Canyon Lake football right here on the Hawk Network.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Back with you now, 9:31 left to go, and the Panthers back on the scoreboard. Christian Taggart with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. Extra point was missed, 40-0. I guess it's all academic at this point, however.
I believe so.
So the kickoff this time sails out of the end zone. Hawks will have the football 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The kickoff guy has quite a leg. I guess when you kick the ball off, probably around 60, 70 times this year, you get to be pretty good at it.
Oh, that's true. you get your reps. That's very true. One thing I would like to point out, though, at this point in the ball game, the Hawk faithful who are directly across from us, we see on the field, they've been here for the whole game. They've gone nowhere. Hats off to you, Hawk fans. Hats off to your Hawk family.
Yeah, it's cold, 2 hours away. Good on them.
That's dedication. That's just awesome. Here's a handoff coming near side. That's Chacon, who takes it out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line before he'll be met there and dropped by Trey Seward.
That's a good first down. It's nice seeing Chacon. Chacon's had a great career here at Canyon Lake. Great season this year. Nice to see him being able to get some green grass behind him.
Absolutely. So that'll be another first down in the books for the Hawks as Martelli comes in from the sideline. Clock continues to run, now under 9 minutes left to go in this one. First and 10, 36-yard line is the line of scrimmage for Canyon Lake. Here's the handoff coming near side. This is Ethan Slater banging out across the 35 to maybe the 37. They may give him one. We'll see where they mark this football. They're going to actually mark it back at the 36. Every time I'm thinking they're getting a yard, they mark it 1 yard less than my prognostication. So
yeah,
maybe I ought to use that as a template somehow. Second and 10, the 36-yard line is the line of scrimmage for Canyon Lake. It's Trey Lucetto checks into the ball game, wide receiver. Here's the give straight ahead. Now this time there is positive yardage. That time Chacon bangs out to near the 20-yard line. Nice carry. Or he's met there and dropped, and in on the stop that time Trey Riley for Liberty Hill.
We're going to jump back.
Also. Sorry about that.
Oh, I apologize. We're going to jump back into some district action. Fredericksburg has scored 13 straight. They are on.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh.
Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Nick Ravenna with a carry that time. Got about 3 yards. It'll be fourth down. 2, line of scrimmage, the 44-yard line for Canyon Lake. Lorette with a punt. So take a Hawk bounce inside the 15. Be down at about the 13-yard line. That's where Liberty Hill will take over again. First and 10, 6:41 left to go in this one. So as we mentioned, Liberty Hill on to the playoffs next week. Bay City will be their first round opponent.
Yeah.
Still a few things to be sorted out district-wise here.
Yeah, it looks like Liberty Hill is going to end the season with their only loss being a 1-point loss to Hutto.
In overtime. Second week of the season. First down. This time the quarterback clearly with the keeper. Straight up the middle, they're going to give him 2.
Charlie Caloretta carries for 2 yards, tackled by number 79, Manuel Alvarado. Be second down 8.
Second down now for Liberty Hill, 8 yards to go. I think all they're trying to do is milk that clock at this point. Emptying the bench right now is coming into the ball game for Liberty Hill. It's Connor Kuykendall, running back position. Here's the handoff far side. Let's hold that time. Preston Shepard with his first carry of the ball game. He gets positive yards. He'll pick up a first down for Liberty Hill.
I'm gonna jump in and correct you real quick. As a New Braunfels person, German person, it's Kirkendall, not Kuykendall. I know there's no R.
All right, wait a minute. Stand by there. So it is at Kirkendall, even though there's no R in there.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Kuykendoll.
That's the problem. Not enough Kartoffelpoffers this year. I need to jump back on it. All right, here's a carry up the middle. Pickup of 2 that time for Liberty Hill. It'll be 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage is their own 26-yard line. Panthers to the line of scrimmage. Once again, nice hole opening as number 27 takes the carry. We've seen him on a carry earlier. That is Preston Shepard.
And the Panthers first down, tackled by number 80, Seth Townsend.
Calabretta in the ball game. Charlie Calabretta. He is a sophomore quarterback for the Panthers. And here they go, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Handoff, Shepard once again banging out across the 45 to about the 47, picking up positive yardage before he'll be met there and dropped in on the stop that time for Canyon Lake. That's Tyler Atencio.
We're seeing a little bit slower lining up from Liberty Hill, and you can see the difference. I mean, their offensive starters can execute this offense so well. They get to the line so quickly, and there's just the backups aren't bad. They're just a little bit slower. You can see a little bit less crispness.
And would you look at that handoff? Taking it to the house. That is Trey Seward. And the Panthers are on the scoreboard again. 54-yard touchdown run that time. That'll help his numbers.
I think that is their 4th touchdown of over 40 yards today. Is that correct?
It's going to be interesting to see what this squad does postseason-wise.
A lot of home run hitters.
I'll tell you. Extra point is good with 3:49 left to go in the ball game. Our score now, Liberty Hill 47, Canyon Lake nothing. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This is Canyon Lake football, and this is the Hawks Network.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Back with you live at Liberty Hill, Texas. Trey Seward, a 54-yard touchdown run with 3:49 left to go on the clock. He wanted his share of the end zone as well this evening, I guess. 47-0 that time. Liberty Hill on top of Canyon Lake.
And believe it or not, if score holds, this would be I believe the 2nd lowest scoring output by by them all season. It seems kind of hard to believe because Liberty Hill's been able to move the ball almost at will, busting off a lot of long touchdowns, but they've only scored under 50 points 2 other times this year, one at 49 against Glenn, first game of the season, and then Manor with 38. So, little victories.
Yeah, that's a little victories, indeed. So the Hawks out to the line of scrimmage, their own 25 on a 1st and 10. 3:49 left to go on the clock as Martelli checks in. He's replacing Nick Rivera. Word to the sidelines. The snap, the give. Straight ahead goes the Hawks running back for a pickup of about 5.
Number 33.
And that in on the carry that time, that was Derek Beatrick, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore running back for the Hawks. Give him a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Canyon Lake's letting some of their young guys get a little bit of time here. They're still looking at a playoff run as well.
Well, sure, give them, because next season they're going to be called on to carry the load. As that time handoff, once again, that's Viatric, nothing doing there as they stop him at about the 30. It'll be, they may give him one. According to the scoreboard, it'll be 3rd and 4. Line of scrimmage will be the 31-yard line as the clock continues to tick away. 2:48, 2:47. Certainly not the way you wanted to end your season if you're a Canyon Lake Hawk fan, but I will tell you from our perspective, or from my personal perspective, it's been an honor to watch these young men all season long.
This ain't no game.
Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right? You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
I need to do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this. Right uppercut, and it's over!
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.